Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder, and today we have a new deck again. Shocking, right? This deck was... The root of this deck was the guy who finished first on the monthly leaderboard last month used a dark blended deck. And so, talking with people on Discord, decided I would try to put something together. And I actually, and for full disclosure, the guy who finished #1 on leaderboard has insane chain levels. And I know I have a lot of chain levels on different Pokemon, but this guy had like 10 on Greninja, 7 or 8 on Mew, 7 on Virizion. It was ridiculous. And what I did is I kind of took his deck. Oh, and he had 6 on Darkrai. And his original deck was Greninja, Darkrai, Virizion, Mew, the Rubber Chicken over into Blaziken, and then Vibrava. So he used that deck, and I put that deck together, but then didn't use it. Instead, I kind of wanted to recraft it and make it something different. I came up with a couple of different concoctions, and ultimately decided on this right here. And it's using couple of mons, probably Virizion and Mew are in most decks. But then Poliwhirl, maybe a third of decks. But not many people are running Murkrow. Not many people are running Vibrava. A handful of people maybe are running Yveltal. And so it's not the same old deck. There are elements that are the same. But I've been having some success with it, and it is a new day, and I have a locked booster. So I'm going to jump right into League Play. The plates that I'm running, because they're different from what I would normally run: Swap Spot, Counter Attack, Hurdle Jump, Dark Energy, and one other one. I don't know. I'll have to look to see what the fifth plate there is. I can't think of it off the top. Oh, Double Chance. So those are the plates. And I don't use all of my plates every match. Some of the plates are pretty situational. But I have used all of the plates since I've been using this deck. I have used them all in situations that it was appropriate, if that makes sense. So he wants to try to get his, was that Frogadier evolved, and that didn't happen. Now he does have the Hurdle Jump, so I am going to have to respect that a little bit. And we will bring Vibrava out to play some defense. My guess is he's going to X-Attack again to try to get the evolution. Or I could just be completely wrong. Now I could be aggressive here. And we're just gonna... We're going to hope he doesn't roll Miss, which turns into Dodge. And that was not good either, actually. Ooh. Risky business there. But nonetheless, we came out with the knockout. I haven't seen little Frogadier in a long time. Or Faroki. Frogadier is the second level. Faroki, 36. Somebody's invested a lot into that. That's kind of funny. That is a lot of cubes invested into it. Like if my opponent would actually ever give me a chance, I'd kind of like to see what his Frogadier and Greninja look like. Because that could be kind of ridiculous. Let's see. Just one chain level and just one chain level. Interesting. Not at all what I would have expected there. Move, come back and cover our goal. I actually have 0 matchups that I like at the moment. Actually, we will swing this back. That's interesting. I guess I will take that. Because I really like the Poliwhirl versus, we need him to roll his 101, his Sword of Justice. Perfect. Really like that matchup, which now sets him up. He's going to have to hurdle jump his Deoxys A out. Oh, I guess he doesn't have to. He could take option B. I don't know why he's respinning me. There's nothing that can save him. That is the hopeless Deoxys respin right there. He has no hope of changing the outcome, but he's going to respin it anyways. Oh yes, and now back to what I was doing. We are actually going to swap spot you with you, and then we're going to attack here and get the knockout there. Nice. I got distracted on what I was trying to set up a few turns ago when he retreated. And now we will press forward with Virizion. This is going to be a really interesting decision right here. I mean, I guess I could just roll miss. Wow. That was a really bad play on my opponent's part. And not sure what he saw that he liked. Alright, so if he rolls dodge, I lose. Most likely. Okay. That was worth the try there. Hurdle jumps. And that's probably what he's going to keep doing. It's probably not a great matchup because he'd have to land on the little 4 miss. Interesting. Not a bad play. And we're just going to go back and cover up the entry point there. I'd imagine he's going to bring Deoxys Speed around to the corner here. Okay. I'm going to press forward. If I had an X attack, I would have moved up with... Oh, interesting. My guess is he's going to try to soar over my Mew. So I brought Murkrow back as some protection against such shenanigans. I feel like this is just another edition of Tales of the Terrible RNG again. and I don't expect to win every roll. I don't have those unrealistic expectations of I should win every roll. But when you kind of look at it, it's the critical ones that we'll do that. He's probably going to take my entry point. No, okay. Now he should hurdle jump. And if not, okay, then I will hurdle jump. See what he wants to do here. Okay. Come back here. Let's just hope he doesn't roll gold into our purple. Now I'm tempted to step Poliwhirl out and attack Deoxys A. Try to get the slip. It's kind of like he could hear me. That's scary. Very scary. So we're going to need to, if he pulls the same move again. Okay. Oh, nice. He's going to do our dirty work for us. I don't know why he keeps respinning me unless it's the AI playing, because the AI is notorious for doing moves of that nature. And now I have a decision to make here. Do I... I'm gonna go ahead, because I feel like I have enough purple on Yveltal. Deoxys A is gonna come out and attack. And I feel like I have enough purple on Yveltal to not die on 2 spins here. Just goes to show how much I know, which is obviously not much. Obviously not much, not much. Not sure what he's gonna do. Oh, that's again a terrible play by my opponent. And some very questionable. I don't always make the best plays. But he's making some very questionable decisions right now. And they're not paying out for him, and that some of them are, but some of them aren't. So he's probably about 50-50 on his questionable decisions. Nice. Alright. I'm going to reclaim that entry point. And I may just drop Mew back on defense and start going forward with Virizion. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. My guess is he will X attack. No, he doesn't have any more X attacks. My guess is he'll attack with Feroki. Okay. Maybe I should just be done anticipating my opponent's moves. If I were him, I would move Deoxys back, which he does. I'm actually going to... That's what I wanted to do there. See if he moves Deoxys over, and he does. If I lose this here, I get surrounded. Oh wow. That was the worst case scenario of not only am I going to get surrounded if he even takes it, but I got knocked out as well. Yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. I have to take Murkrow and run him up the opposite side because I definitely don't want Feroki getting an easy evolution here. That was really unfortunate that Poliwhirl got knocked out there. That was a bummer. I could have gone over and just taken his other entry point, but I liked the position I was in with Poliwhirl over there and then Virizion where he was. And I felt like I had a really good opportunity to knock out Deoxys Speed. Typically that's a very favorable matchup for Poliwhirl. Oh my gosh. His Deoxys Speed, which is not known for being able to knock anything out, is on a rampage at the moment. And we need the Whirlwind. Nice. Nice, nice. Alright. We need him to land on white, not Dimensional Slit. Wow. Just not getting them right now. Gonna have to kind of weather this storm. Because right now the tides have turned. I have no fear of his Feroki. Maybe I should. I've already rolled miss with Virizion once today. We will just attack. Get him out of the picture. I do like that he's trying to run a full evolution. And 36 is, I mean, he's going about it the right way as far as trying to get him up against. Oh, wow, look at that. He's going about it the right way, trying to get Feroki up against Mew. And with 36, I mean, he's going to cover most Mews that you'll find. Okay, so he's got two 1 MP Pokemon. I've got... I'm going to go here. He should bring Zapdos out to there, and he didn't. And because I don't fear... I mean, Trakian can knock me out, but Trakian has no gold. He could roll blue. He has like a 25% chance of rolling blue. That's going to be game. Look at that. Pulled out a hard-fought victory. We weathered the storm. And a lot of times you will find that games that go longer, one of the two players, either you or your opponent, will have all the rolls. And then at some point it'll be, something will happen and it'll switch. And then you can't buy a roll, or all of a sudden your opponent can't get a roll. And I know you guys have all been in that situation. You've gotten every roll right off the bat, and you've completely cornered in your opponent. They're locked in, they can't move, and then all of a sudden it feels like you just cannot get another roll. And you've seen it on some of my videos. I've had games like this before where it's 6-on-1, or it's 6-on-2, or 5-on-3, something like that. You have a decided advantage. You have all the board position in the world, and all of a sudden you can't get another roll. I know everybody's been there if you've played the game at all. What you've got to try to figure out how to do is weather the storm. And kind of, I felt like when my poly rolled purple into his gold, and then he stepped up and rolled gold with Deoxys into Yveltal, which I imagine is probably not a good matchup at all for Deoxys speed. If you can kind of weather those storms, and it's hard not to get tilted when you start losing a bunch of rolls that you feel like, I should have won that. And it's really hard to stay focused. But when you get tilted, you start just going YOLO and attacking, not paying attention to matchups, and maybe that kind of compounds the problem. I felt like in this particular match, I did a good job of keeping my cool and continuing to try to make smart plays and not let what the perceived bad rolls affect my plays moving forward. I didn't allow my opponent to gain a sizable advantage in any of those situations. So another different deck with some less popular Pokemon. Vibrava never even came into play on this. I don't know that my opponent ever got near my goal, actually. And that's kind of the deal with Vibrava, is you can't just go at Vibrava, because you know it's going to take you 2 turns to do anything. And you kind of have to, you know, he had Zapdos on the corner for a while, and Zapdos has a good matchup against Vibrava. But because he knew it would take him 1 roll, 1 move to get next to, and then 1 move to attack, you know, it kind of stalls out your opponent from going after your goalie. Just something to think about. What other Pokemon are in the game that maybe are being used by a few people, but definitely not the majority of the decks? One thing that over on my Reddit server, someone said, what trends are you seeing? And started a discussion about different things that you're starting to see in the meta that you haven't really seen before. And I think what this downtime between updates and gyms and everything has done is it's people are kind of bored, and so they're trying out new things and seeing, and it's also first of the month, that plays a big part in it too. But he wanted to know, what trends are you seeing? And I think one of the major trends is people testing out not super common Pokemon. I've seen some sleep decks in featured. Lugia I've seen in a few featured. This is really a good time to kind of see what was I overlooking before, because things just kept coming out new and I never took the time to learn how to play with maybe some older bonds that everybody thought were junk. You know, yesterday I did the Talonflame decks with the Sharpedos. You know, nobody's running those. And I think in my last 3 games on the channel, I've won 2 and lost 1 at you know, it's not the highest rank, but over 3,000. So it is competitive on a higher level. Something to keep in mind, head over to Reddit. There's a link in the description below. Head over to my Discord, also a link in the description below. Carry on the conversation. What hidden gem have you found that during this lull, you're like, you know what, I'm going to throw together this kind of a deck, or I'm going to throw together this. What Pokemon have you found that maybe had been overlooked where there's a place in a deck for it? Let me know, and until next time.